Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Toria. It's my pleasure to have you. As you can see by the title of this video, today I'm going to be showing you how to make your false lashes look more natural. Now this video is part of an entire how-to beauty series that I just launched in my channel. This is episode 2, so if you guys want to check out episode 1, I'll link that up in the top there and also down in the description box below. Now this will be an ongoing series where I talk about different tips and tricks I've learned about specific areas of makeup that you guys might want a little bit more help with. So I'd love it if you guys stuck around and caught all of the videos. Please hit that subscribe button and also hit the little bell so that you're notified every single time I upload, which, by the way, I haphazardly upload once a week. So for the longest time, I kind of did a trial and error. When it came to eyelashes, I always struggled with applying them and making them look natural. There were always like little things that would really bother me when I looked in the mirror, or would make me feel self-conscious when other people were looking at me because I felt like they could tell that I was wearing false lashes when I didn't want them to know that I was wearing false lashes. So I wanted to put together this video for you guys to give you all of the tips and tricks, every single one that I have, that would possibly help you achieve that look if you're looking to just make them look really natural and complement your eyes. Personally, through my trial and error, I present this video to you. If you guys want to see all of my tips and tricks, then just keep watching. Now, the number one thing you want to keep in mind when trying to make your false lashes look more natural is actually selecting a style that complements your specific eye shape. And there are so many different shapes out there. You've got almond eyes, round eyes, downturned eyes, monolid eyes, hooded eyes, and the list goes on. And you know what? You probably don't even fall into one of those categories specifically. You might be a little bit of a mix of a few. So me, for example, I would categorize myself as having prominent eyes, round eyes, and widely spaced eyes. So 3 factors there to think about when choosing a lash style that will complement my face and my eyes the best. And so for my eye type, I have found that styles that have more like medium length lashes, like they can be long, but ones that are a little bit less dense, more wispy looking, and then ones that also have the longest lengths kind of in the center, or even like, you know, the outer right here, but then get shorter on the ends. That way it doesn't elongate my eyes too much because they are so far apart on my face, a little bit more than normal. So I only in certain situations would elongate my eyes. Styles like this are really going to open up my eyes. They're going to show my lids, especially because I have so much space above my lid and above my lash line that something too dense will look really heavy and kind of weigh down my eyes. I can get away with it because I do have big eyes, but in terms of what looks best, the lighter the better. And then also because the center of the lashes are a little bit longer in the middle, that kind of opens up my eyes this way and just gives it more of like that doe-eyed effect. Now, I did a little bit of research about different eye shapes and what types of eyelashes work best for them. So hopefully you guys can figure out one based on your own eye shapes, but I'm going to read off my little notes here instead of trying to memorize every single thing. But it says that almond eyes are the most proportionate shape. You can really get away with any lash type, which means lucky you, like that's amazing. But if your aim is to elongate the eye, you want a more flared out style, longer lashes in the outer corner. It's also good for eyes that are closer together. When you do that cat eye look, it's going to bring them out just a little bit further. Round eyes are naturally very open and can end up looking surprised if an incorrect lash type is used. So I have totally run into this problem before where I'll take a picture of myself and I look like I'm like this. And I can't remember specifically what lashes make me do that. I think probably because I don't wear them anymore, but that definitely can happen. And yeah, avoiding that is probably good for you and everyone around you. Typically shorter on the ends, longer in the middle is better for eyes that are further apart, like I said, but shorter lashes overall. It creates the doe-eyed look with more of a wispy style, which is pretty much what I described to you guys in terms of my eye shape. I feel like overall the majority of my eye shape would be round. Deep set eyes, which sit under a prominent brow bone, have the ability to wear more dramatic lashes without the fear of the face being overpowered. More length, density, and volume will work beautifully. Hooded eyes will really benefit from this as well, more full style and longer length. If you have monolid eyes, wispy but flared in order to elongate the eyes. So you don't want them to be too thick or too dense. You still want to be able to kind of see through them. They look a little bit light and airy, and then elongate the eyes to accentuate that really nice monolid kind of almond shape. It says here that if you have downturned eyes, you want to extend the outer corners and create a lifted appearance. So again, more of a cat eye style, something that's going to draw the attention outward and upward. You have really prominent eyes, the eyes that kind of like stick out a little bit. You want to use more short to medium length lashes, something more lightweight, because your eyes are already so big and so like center of attention that applying something really thick and heavy, again, like I said, because I have such prominent lids, the really heavy ones make it look like super heavy on your eyes, and just kind of weigh it down. So in the case of prominent eyes, I would say less is more. So number one was choosing the right style for your eye shape. The next tip I'd have for you guys is to choose lash bands that are thin, flexible, easy to manipulate. You're gonna have the most luck with the lash types like that. They're going to look a lot more natural. So I do have a few different examples for you guys so that I can show you kind of what I'm talking about, instead of just saying like thin, like what's a thin band, what's a thick band, I don't know, kind of thing. I'll show you like kind of a beginner's level, an intermediate level, and more of an advanced level. So for a beginner's level, I have these lashes right here, which are the Ardell Wispies. These are drugstore brand, very inexpensive and affordable. I absolutely love using these, especially on bridal clients and things like that, people who like more natural looking lashes and have no experience in the past really wearing lashes at all. They always just feel the most comfortable on people. The thing that I love about them is that they're not super over the top dense. You can find more dense styles by Ardell. They do make like faux mink lashes and things like that, but I kind of stick with the Demi Wispy and the Wispies. I really love that they have a clear, thin, flexible lash band. It's like the thinnest you can possibly find when it comes to fake lashes. So it's a lot easier to kind of maneuver onto the eye. For my more intermediate choices slash lash wearers, I have a couple of options from my favorite lash band and my most used lashes. These are the ones I use preferably on myself. I feel like these ones are the most flattering for my eye type, based on what I was telling you guys about what looks best on me, and that is these two styles from Nubounsom. They're both mink lash styles, so they are a little bit more like lightweight, wispy kind of thing compared to the synthetic Ardell lashes. They have like more of a fluffy look to them. So the two that I wear the most are the Bombay and the Australian Mist. Australian Mist is more on the natural side. These are more like everyday or light makeup days type of lash, and then these ones are slightly more dramatic for the days I'm feeling like a little bit more. And as you can see with the Australian Mist, they're less dense, they're more of a wispy style, they're longer in the center, shorter on the outer edges, not overly long, and the lash band is relatively thin. It definitely has more of a lash band than the Ardell, but it's still relatively thin and very flexible. As you can see, the more that you wear these also, the more formed to your eye and the more flexible they actually get. And then with the Bombay, as you can see, like the band is like slightly thicker than it is on the Australian Mist, but it's still not like super thick by any means. Still very malleable as well, and this is just a slightly more dense, more dramatic style of lash, but one that still will complement my eyes. This one is more of like the same length all the way across. They do get slightly shorter on the inner corners, but this style also works really well because it isn't like ultra fanned out in the outer corner for me. And just for comparison, I wanted to show you guys a pair of lashes I own that I almost never wear because the lash band is so thick on them that it's almost like they sit on my eye and then flop down, like they're too heavy. They kind of like push down my lashes and don't sit up straight because that lash band is so thick. They're just like super, super dramatic. They're really, really hard to wear and make look natural. I'm just gonna show you guys what that lash band looks like and how thick it is compared to these other lash bands. So I wanted to use that example to kind of show you guys and compare with my intermediate lashes and then also segue into my more advanced lashes. So I do have a style here that will complement hooded eyes or deep set eyes really well. These ones I can pull off if I'm wearing pretty heavy makeup, but in general they aren't the most complimentary on my eyes because they are more dense and heavy and they're also flared out. And these are the Dragon Lee Mink lashes. I actually held these up next to the Bombay lashes and the lash band is really no thicker than they are. So even though these are more dense lashes, the lash band is exactly the same thickness. So that is what the lash band thickness looks like on these ones. And I'm happy to say that Nubounsom does actually have an option for those of you looking at this eyelash and being like, whoa, that is way too much, like scaring you away from even trying a more dramatic lash. And that is the Dragon Lee Mini, which is the exact same style, more flared out, more thick, dense eyelash, but it's slightly shorter and they also have a more clear band. I believe that this is the only lash band from Nubounsom that actually has a clear band. So if I hold this up for you guys, you'll be able to see that each of the pieces are just sitting on a clear band, almost like the ones from Ardell. Now on to the styles that look more so like the lashes, but they have a thinner, more flexible band here. So actually, I believe these ones, the Serengeti by Nubounsom, they look very much almost identical to these ones. I just feel like the way that they create their lash band also like gives your eye more lift and doesn't weigh down the lashes ultimately. It's just the way that they're sitting in the lash band is completely different between the two of these. And I feel like maybe that's really what the difference is that makes these ones so much more comfortable to wear. And then the last style, nope. And then the last lash style that I have here to show you guys is just about as dense, you know what? Nope. Is even more dense than the lashes, even more dense than the Serengeti, and those are the Russian Black. These ones are also silk lashes. They're not mink lashes. These ones are not mink lashes either. So let me show you guys that one. This one will be the thickest band of them all, but it's still very, very flexible and easy to work with in terms of being a more advanced lash wearer. But I think that you guys shouldn't really be too afraid to try these out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like there's two layers. Like my tweezers are sitting in between the two layers, and that's what makes them so much more lightweight and actually flip up as opposed to pushing down in front of your eyes, because that second layer isn't just like plastered to the first. I know that this is going to be such a long video and I really hope that it's helpful. I'm just trying to be as in-depth and try to help as many people as possible with one video, so making a lot of suggestions here. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this and haven't just completely left me by now. The next tip that I have to share with you guys is to disguise the lash band on your eye. Because unless you have really like naturally thick or dark eyelashes, you're always going to see just a little bit of skin peeking through. It's not going to look completely uniform. You're going to be able to tell that there's a fake lash sitting on top of your other lashes, and it's going to look strange. Now, disguising your lash band can actually be done in a few different ways depending on your personal makeup preferences. And those three different things all kind of include the use of eyeliner or like eyeliner appearing products. So my first tip would be for like the most natural appearance, where you don't want to be able to see like a visible like line above your eye outside of the eyelash band or anything like that, and that is to tight line your eye. So what you're going to do is take an eyeliner and run that along your upper waterline. That's going to create the illusion of a thicker, darker lash line, so that when you place your eyelash, that it kind of blends it in, so you're not seeing through to that skin right up underneath your eyelashes. And that is like my number one tip. I absolutely have to do it every single time I wear eyelashes. If not, it just looks so strange. So my current favorite product for that, it used to be using a pencil, just like a standard like gel pencil liner, but I started to find that it would transfer down onto my lower waterline, or just like even the inner corner, and I actually finally found a product that doesn't do that. So I'm completely obsessed with it, and it's actually the Iris Beauty ultra defining eyeliner, because it's so waterproof and it goes on so nice and matte and black, and it's safe to use in the waterline. So that is what I've been using. It's one of these like pen eyeliners here. I just feel like it lasts so much longer and it doesn't smudge everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and place that along my upper waterline on this side. I'm going to curl my eyelashes first. So I also wanted to mention, you should probably curl your eyelashes before applying your falsies if you have more straight lashes, because this is going to help them blend in better when you put your falsies on. They're not going to be like you have a falsie sticking up like this and then straight lashes going down like that. And basically what I'm doing is just kind of wiggling it up in between my eyelashes, just blocking out any kind of skin that I can see, because your eyelashes are actually sitting there in layers. They're not, it's not just like one, you know, one plane of eyelashes all the way across. They're actually like staggered up in there, so you've got spaces where you can see the skin through those different areas. So you want to kind of get right up in between all of them. So me looking straight ahead, you can already tell that my lash line looks thicker and darker. So that is ideal. Honestly, I feel like this way, just doing this and then popping an eyelash on, is actually like the most advanced version of wearing fake eyelashes and making them look natural that you can possibly get. The other two tips I'm going to show you make it a lot easier, and they're more for the beginners. But for this, yeah, this is about as advanced as you can get, is doing this and then popping an eyelash on top of it. So the next tip I have, this will also keep it a little bit more on the natural side, but will still disguise your lash band, and that is to line your eye above your lash line using an eyeshadow. So I usually just grab whatever eyeshadow palette I use. I use this one like every day, as you guys can see. It's my favorite. But it has like those good like dark brown and black shades, so depending on how dark you want to go, you can get away with using a dark brown if you really do not want to use any black. It's just, honestly, the thinner the line, the better. It doesn't even have to be a very thick line at all. It just has to like go right along the top of your eyelashes. So I'll take a little tiny brush like this. This one is the Sigma Winged Liner EOS 6 brush, and just any kind of more thin brush, eyeliner brush, and what you're gonna do is just press right up against the edge of those lashes. So I kind of just press and wiggle, and I'm just looking down into my mirror so that I can see that lash line really, really well. And this tip is really just going to give you that double duty coverage, and just kind of ensure that you have, you know, the top part of your eyelashes masked, and then even underneath and in between. So now even if you don't get your eyelash band directly like right on top of your lash line, you're going to have like that in-between area is going to be darker, so it's going to be more masked and less apparent that you didn't get it right up against that edge. And then the last tip I have for you guys is wearing obviously an actual eyeliner on the top of your eye. That is going to be the #1 way to completely mask the fact that you are wearing falsies. It's going to make them look the most natural out of everything. It's the most user-friendly thing that you can do. So I like to use 2 different eyeliners. I'll probably use the same pen eyeliner, it's just the easiest. I also like to use the Balm Schwing eyeliner. This one just isn't waterproof, so usually when I use it, because I do tend to smudge here, I'll have to like use this one here in the inner corner, and then I'll use, you know, the other one the rest of the way over my eye. But I'm just going to use one to keep this nice and simple today. You can do the line as thin or thick as possible, but obviously black eyeliner is going to mimic the lash band a lot more than an eyeshadow will. So I'm just going to try and make this thin. Again, drawing in the short strokes along my lash line. Pretty much just pressing it down on the top edge of my lash. But doing this is going to make your lash line the darkest you can possibly get it. Also works really well if you like doing cat eyeliner, but I'm just going to keep it simple for the purpose of this video, just to show you guys that just lining specifically that one area really does help. So now that we did all of that, I'm going to go ahead and glue the eyelashes on. I'm going to rewind a little bit back because I got ahead of myself earlier and just explained to you guys about trimming your eyelashes, and then we'll come back and I will show you guys kind of what the opposites look like. So my third tip here is going to be to trim the lashes to your eye shape. We've all been there when it comes to trying out lashes for the first time, or those of us who have never tried out lashes. You pull it out of the package, throw some glue on it, pop it on your eye, and you're like, wow, this looks ridiculous. And you pull it off and you say, I'm never wearing these again. And the issue with that is that you did not trim them at all. So for the most part, I feel like 85 to 90% of people will need to trim their eyelashes because they do give you extra space. Some people have like wider, like bigger lash lines and they don't need to trim at all. I definitely have clients that I don't need to trim them at all on, but a lot of my clients I do. So that's a really important thing to remember. And my tips for actually applying the eyelashes are to look down into your mirror so that you can see your lash line in its entirety. That's going to help you get it the closest to the lash line as possible, using tweezers as well to just help you control where you're placing. And so I'm just going to look down and pop the lash on in the center first and just make sure that it's stuck. By the way, I did let the glue dry on my lashes for about 30 to 45 seconds so that it's tacky enough that when I place the edges, they stay and don't pop up and go everywhere. And then I'm going to go to the inner corner and try to press that as close as possible. I feel like the inner corner is always the tell in which you can see if people are wearing fake lashes or not, because they're always like kind of popping up, or they just like abruptly end and it's like a really stark like square from the end of the fake eyelash. So I try to really make sure that that is disguised. And because there's no mascara on my natural lashes yet, it's a lot easier to like place that lash a lot closer. It's not getting all like caked up and in the way. So once I apply that mascara afterward, it's actually gonna help my lashes blend into these lashes a lot better. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara to the other eye, which by the way, I did not curl at all, didn't do any of these disguising tricks, but we are still gonna put mascara on. Oh my God, my lashes are so straight. I'm gonna put the mascara on. And then I'm gonna take that thicker one. I didn't even trim it at all. And it's gonna look crazy, guys. So I'm gonna try and get this one as close as possible here. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there is a big difference between the two here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara on this side. I only like to I don't like to get it really on the fake lashes. I just want to get it on my lashes. So I'm getting pretty deep in there and just coating them. You actually use a lot less mascara this way also, but it presses the lashes right up into the falsies. Like, I can't even see my natural lashes anymore. I can't even tell where my lashes end and these lashes begin. So as you guys can see, big difference, right? Like this side, I wear these eyelashes all the time, and I kid you not, every single time I wear these eyelashes, I get tons of compliments. I get so many people asking me if they're my real lashes, and I'm always like, I wish, but if people are like, you should just tell them that they are, because they look like they're your natural lashes, which is very flattering. And I really wish that my natural lashes looked like this, but it tells me that I do a pretty good job. My last tip here, actually, I just remembered, is that sometimes, I think you can see right here where the lash band is like showing a little bit. Sometimes it's either from like the glue not being dry yet, but other times it's because you're reusing the lash and you have like eyeshadow or product left over on it. You want to make sure to completely disguise that and make it look black. A lot of times what I will do is apply like my eyeliner on the top edge of it before I even stick it to my eye, but I did want to show you guys kind of what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and take my eyeliner and just go over that edge so that I can disguise it even further and kind of blend it in to everything else. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So that's my last tip when it comes to that. And then let's go ahead and talk about this whole situation here. So as you guys can see, like there is a stark, just cut off end to my eyelash. It's not completely flush with my natural lashes. You can see right through to the skin there. My natural eyelashes up close are, I mean, they don't look too bad, but they are definitely separated from the bottom of these lashes. I know that a lot of other people have even straighter, like sticking down lashes than I do, and they would really look like your lashes like this, and then your natural lashes like down here, and it just looks absolutely crazy. So there's that, and then besides the fact that it's so long on the end, I didn't trim it at all, that it is kind of dragging down the outer corner of my eye. The style is also much thicker and looks much heavier on my eye and a lot less natural. So now that I've shown you guys what to do and what not to do, I need to take this off. It even feels more uncomfortable. It just like feels so heavy. Oh, I feel so much better. I'm gonna go ahead and even myself out and I'll be right back. Okay friends, that is it for the tips and tricks I had for you guys today on how to make your false lashes look more natural. I hope that you guys found a few things helpful in here, maybe that you haven't tried before. If you're a beginner, I hope that it gives you more confidence in trying out wearing false lashes or trying more dramatic styles. Again, this is episode 2 in my How To Beauty series. If you did not see episode 1, I'll link it up here in the corner for you. I think it's up in this corner. I'll link it up in the corner for you so that you guys can check it out. Please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my continuing series and you catch all of the videos. If you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, please do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. It really helps my channel reach others, and I would like to help as many people as possible with this video. It also helps my channel grow. I think that's just about all I have to say today. I hope that you guys have a great day whenever, wherever you're watching this, and hopefully I will see you guys again on the next one. Bye!